Hello, everybody. What's going on? It's Big Phone Gaming here. Welcome back to episode number 72 of Winning a National Title with Every Team in the Game. If you guys have missed any episodes, up in the right-hand corner will be a playlist from episode 1 to all the way to episode 72. If you are unable to watch this video, completely understand, down in the description below will be a record of every team that we've done, and every season they eventually won a national championship. Now, if you guys want to see a school that I have not done before, write in the comment section down below, and I will get to that school. Obviously, please pick a team that we haven't done before, because it'd be very awkward if you choose, like, Alabama. Well, we kind of already done them. But, anywho, new episode means new team, so we get a wheel spin to decide who that next team is. And we are going to go to Troy. All right, so we're getting another, I think that's another Sun Belt team in this one. Yep, 76 overall as a two-star school as well already, so that will help in recruiting. But yeah, Troy is the next team, and I totally didn't realize I didn't change this over. LOL, that's funny. But yeah, Troy, as I go back, just to make sure. Not SEC, is the Sun Belt. Troy is 76 overall. One of the middle of the road teams, like we did South Alabama, legit last episode. We've done Old Dominion. We've done Coastal. Can't remember everyone we've done here, but yeah, let's get on with Troy. He has a motivator head coach. They've actually won the Sun Belt the last couple years as well. I don't know what they did this year. I can't remember at this point, but they're a very good team in the last couple seasons. But all in all, let's check out coaching abilities. We have Motivator, which will be helpful. We also have Architect, which we'll definitely work with. We do have Recruiter for most of the offense for that, but defensive coordinator is going to have to change for next cycle-wise. Roster-wise, we do have a nice little right guard and a decent wide receiver. We have a 76 quarterback. Could use some speed out in wide receiver. Tight end is fine, but he's leaving us. We do have 71 behind him and three freshmen behind them as well. Offensive line desperately needs help because we're losing one of our best ones as well. Defensive line kind of needs help. Linebackers need help because we don't have anyone left outside linebacker. Corners are all right because use some speed. Safeties are good, and we don't need a kicker or punter just yet, so that is kind of nice. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and set up everything, and I'll see everyone at the end of Season 1 here with Troy. So here we are at the end of Season 1 here with Troy. We go 5-7 on the season. Not a great season to start, but 5-7 is all right. We lost our first two games, then won 3 in a row against Iowa, FCS, and UL Monroe before losing back-to-back to Texas State and South Alabama, winning back-to-back against Arkansas State and Coastal before losing our last 3 games, Georgia Southern, Louisiana, and Southern Mississippi, to end out the year 5-7. So we could have a 500 season, but unfortunately, it is not in that way. I just realized we were in the week 15. We weren't even in championship week. Oops. Well, now we know we are going to fire our defensive coordinator, and hopefully we find someone a little bit better and a little bit for recruiting-wise over motivator and tactician. We did lose a 4-star wide receiver. It's fine. Championship contender, brand exposure are still down in the dumps, which is unfortunately could cause people to transfer. Dylan Gabriel wins the Heisman in year number 1. 4,200 yards, 45 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. They ended up beating Ohio State in the conference championship for him, and we do need to hire a defensive coordinator. Hopefully, honestly, I'd rather take this. And actually, he runs our 4-2-5, so that would actually be kind of nice to get a recruiter coordinator. And let's hope he signs with us, and we can move on with another season with Troy pretty quickly compared to sitting here just trying to sign coordinators. And we got them. Cool. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and advance to the end of season recap like we normally would if we didn't need to hire any coordinators. But all in all, I mean, the first season with Troy going 5-7 is not great, but I mean, we had some random wins there. Coach prestige goes down. That's a lot of people want to transfer out. Pro potential goes up. That's the only thing that went up. We have like half the team wanting to transfer out. That's not very cash money. Notre Dame ends up winning it all in year number 1, 31-15 over Georgia, with North Texas, UCF, Oregon, Georgia, and Miami as the automatic qualifiers, with Notre Dame, Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan, NC State, and South Carolina, Penn State as the at-large bids. So that's going to end season 1 and on to season 2 here with Troy. And here we are in season 2 here with Troy. We go 7-5, so above 500 season. We're going to be getting a bowl game. We actually lost our first 2 games against Oregon and Clemson. Both of them were highly ranked teams. But then we beat Memphis and FCS, lost Texas State, but then won UL Monroe and Georgia State, lost South Alabama. We beat Louisiana and Southern Mississippi before getting destroyed by Arkansas State in the second to last week, and then we beat James Madison to go 7-5 and 5-3 in the Sun Belt. So not a bad season. We're going to be getting a bowl game here in season 2. Just depends what bowl game we're going to get. We just signed a middle linebacker, which is going to be helpful for us down the road, especially after this season. Avery Johnson wins the Heisman, 3,200 yards, 35 touchdowns to 1 interception on the season. And we're playing Sam Houston, who is ranked in the Bahamas Bowl. So facing another ranked opponent. Hopefully we can see 8-5 rather than 7-6. I feel like that'd be a lot better for our coach prestige. And we just got to hope that we can get the dub. But all in all, still a good season. And we did. We're 8-5. So, yeah, brain exposure is still down. Playing style is whatever. Coach prestige does go up to a C+. So instead of like 17 players wanting to transfer out, we only have 8. But pro potential is up to a B. Conference prestige is up. And coach stability is also up. So that is going to be nice. And now we're a 2.5-star prestige as well. We moved up a full star prestige. And in Season 2, Penn State beats Oregon 26-23 with Liberty, SMU, Alabama, Kansas State, and Penn State as the automatic qualifiers, with Miami, Ohio State, Oregon, Illinois, Georgia, and Cincinnati, Texas as the at-large bids. Cincinnati scored 53 points. Kansas State lost by 2. It was in triple overtime. That would have been a great game. All these were close. 26-23, 20. Don't look at that score, and don't look at that one or that one. But most of them were like one-score games. So, but yeah, that's going to end Season 2 and is on to Season 3 here with Troy. And here we are in Season 3 here with Troy. We go 6-6 on the season. We didn't start out very well. We actually lost our first 5 games to Missouri, South Alabama, Sam Houston, Mississippi State, and FIU before beating Louisiana, then losing to Arkansas State. Then we beat Georgia Southern, Southern Miss, Texas State, Georgia State, and UL Monroe to end out the season to be 6-6 and 6-2 in the Sun Belt. So if we can win the Sun Belt here, we'd go to 7-6 and guarantee ourselves a 500 season. But if we win and then win the bowl game, we're looking at 8-6 and still an 8-win season. But we end up losing and ruin our winning streak of 5 in a row. And now we are 6-7. So we're kind of hoping to still get a bowl game. We're just signing some offensive linemen because we didn't have any in the last couple of recruiting classes, and we really needed some. So Jackson Arnold wins the Heisman Trophy with 3,200 yards, 37 touchdowns with 3 interceptions. And we do get a bowl game in the Birmingham Bowl against NC State. So another bowl game. This one we are probably going to lose. So we'll be 6-8 at the end of the season, which won't be very nice, but it's still another bowl game here for the squad. And hopefully that we can get some offseason training boosts to jump us up into like the high 80s, because we were like 84 this last season at 83. We do go 6-8. Coach stability goes down. Pro potential goes down. Coach prestige stays the same, and playing style really doesn't matter unless it's during the season. And in Season 3, Oregon beats Miami 43-35, with Oregon UCF, Pitt, USF, and Oklahoma as the automatic qualifiers, with Maryland and Stanford, Miami, Tennessee, Georgia Tech, TCU, and Clemson as the at-large bids. That's going to end Season 3, and it's on to Season 4 here with Troy. And here we are in Season number 4 here with Troy. We go 9-3 on the season, 8-0 in the Sun Belt Conference. We start off with beating FCS East 48-0, but then losing back-to-back against UMass and Mississippi State, and it was a close one against Mississippi State as well. But then beating Texas State, Coastal Carolina, South Alabama before losing our other game to UAB only by 3. So there's a lot of close losses besides the UMass game, which I don't even know how we lost by 31 points. But then beat Georgia Southern, Louisiana, Arkansas State, Southern Miss, and UL Monroe before this game here against Marshall. And we end up being ranked at the end of the year, which is pretty good. I don't think if we win this, we make the college football playoff. I don't think we will. We end up winning, so we are 10-3 on the season. So we do win the Sun Belt here in Season 3. Keep the winning streak alive. We had a guy drop 10 catches, 164, and 3 touchdowns. That's insane. He also won National Offensive Player of the Week. So there is that. We do get the Week 16. So all in all, we'll have to see who makes the college football playoff. And I'd be very surprised if we do, unless there's a lot of people in the top 25 that didn't win their conference championships. I think it would have told us by now if we would have made it. But Evan Cruz wins the Heisman Trophy, 3,400 yards, 42 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. We'll be playing NC State in the Birmingham Bowl again. So another Birmingham Bowl appearance. And this time we are 10-3, so I would love to see 11-3, but I would expect 10-4 at this point in the year, especially with only year number 4 being a pretty good one for Troy. Getting 10 wins on the season should help out, and we do go 10-4. But yeah, coach stability improves, coach prestige improves, but pro potential stays at a C-. So no one really wants to transfer out besides these 4, but they have low. Our punter has pro potential. I just realized that, but 83 overall. But yeah. Anyways, let's check out the bracket total, or brackets wise. Oregon wins it 36-14 over USF, with Boise State, Florida State, Oregon, Arizona, and USF, with Notre Dame, Ohio State, Florida, New Mexico, Washington, and Tulane, Michigan. So 1, 2, 3, 4 G5 schools make it. That's pretty good. Granted, all of them lost besides Tulane. And then USF went all the way to the national title in their first matchups besides Tulane and USF. But all in all, that's going to end Season 4. It's on to Season 5 here with Troy. And here we are in Season number 5 here with Troy. We go 11-1 on the season. A very nice season here with Troy. We actually started out losing our first game to Clemson, 34-3, and then won 11 in a row. App State, Arkansas State, UAB, Louisiana, Texas State, Southern Mississippi, Coastal Carolina, Utah State, South Alabama, NC State, and UL Monroe. So we kind of had an easy schedule the rest of the way. Only really tough one was UAB and I believe NC State in that one. So now we got to face James Madison in the conference championship. And with that, if a win, we get a bye. So it all comes down to pretty much this game. Again, if we somehow get the win, we get the bye, and that's 12 straight in a row after our first loss of the season. We just signed a right end, which will be nice, and a quarterback. So that'll be cool. And we did win. We were 12-1, ranked 6th at an 86 overall with an 87 defense. So that will be nice, having a decent defense with us for a little bit. Dante Jordan had 7 catches, 94 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Great game from him. We get the Week 16. So we got to advance one more week to figure out where we're going to be sitting at for the college football playoff and who wins the Heisman Trophy. Just signed 2 defensive players, mainly focusing defense in this one with this recruiting class. But Marvin Haas, a freshman quarterback with 4,700 yards, 45 touchdowns, 7 interceptions on the season, and we do get a bye in the college football playoff. It'll be that's Washington, Troy, Oklahoma, TCU, and North Carolina make it as the automatic qualifiers, with Jacksonville State, Kansas State, Tennessee, Illinois, Notre Dame, Wisconsin, and Georgia as the at-large bids. So we either face Jacksonville State or Kansas State in the quarterfinals, with us having a first-round bye, which is nice. And the team we'll be taking on in our first CFP run with Troy is Kansas State. They ended up beating Jacksonville State. Georgia beat Washington by 1. Washington moved on. Tennessee moved on. They beat them by 7. So this will be a tough matchup here against Kansas State. So let's get the start here against 13-1 Kansas State. They are an 86 compared to our 85 overall. Really don't know how we're an 85 at this point. We have a bunch of 89s and 88s on this team. And apparently the low overalls are just taking that over, unfortunately. But we got to play. And unfortunately, Kansas State's really good in simulation. But starting on defense first, and speaking of good in simulation, they put up 7 points pretty quickly and 10 points in the first quarter to make it 10-3 after 1, and now tied at 10. And now 17-10. We have the lead at the half, and we get ball to start, and now it's a 2-score lead. Now it's 1. Wait, did we just score? Wait, how is it 26-17? Did I miss something? It's 4th and 12. They go for it, and now we get a touchdown to pretty much extend the lead to 17 with 4 to go. We just need to eat time, and we don't. And then we get a turnover. And now it's another touchdown. This game is over. Kansas State will get another touchdown before the game ends. I don't know what happened, because it was a 7-point lead, then it ballooned to 14 in a second, and I don't even know how that happened. But Troy will move on to the next round with a 41-31 win over Kansas State. I mean, it's going to be a battle no matter what with this team. We're just going to have to find ways to get wins and get a national title with this team, because Kansas State is always a tough opponent. I think we kind of got lucky with that simulation, but all in all, a win is a win. We did have 2 interceptions in the game, so maybe that was it. Maybe it was a defensive touchdown that I just missed. But we're going to be playing Oklahoma in the Fiesta Bowl. They are ranked 1 for a reason. This is one of the teams that we haven't done before, is Oklahoma. They defeated Tennessee 31-29. The winner will take on Wisconsin or Georgia in the national championship game. So let's get it started here against 12-2 Oklahoma. And they are an 87 overall compared to our 85. We really haven't faced Oklahoma very much in these simulations before. I think we did maybe once or twice, but nothing like we have with Georgia or Oregon, really. But starting on defense first. And the defense gets a stop pretty quickly, and they get another one. The offense is driving here to start the second quarter, and they get a touchdown to take the lead 7-0. Now it's 14-0. Now 14-3, and they'll stay that way at the half. So a decent lead here to start the second half, and unfortunately it's now down to 3 here in the fourth quarter. We have the football. It's a 14-11 game. We need a touchdown, but we'll take 3 to be up 6. And we get off the field. Offense needs to eat some time here, and they really don't. But the defense gets off the field, and it's a close one, enough to kick a field goal, but we don't even need it, because we get a big first down, and Troy will beat Oklahoma 17-11. A weird score, but 14 points in the second quarter will do it for us. And we are moving on to the national championship game to try to get a win against a tough team with either Wisconsin. Was it Wisconsin? It was Wisconsin. It was Wisconsin and Georgia. I knew it was Georgia the other one. I thought it was Wisconsin, but it was. So it's going to be a battle of red teams. We're all red pretty much in the top 4 as well, with Troy being kind of a reddish color. But not as red as like Wisconsin or Georgia. And we are going to be taking on Georgia in the national championship game. How did I think that was going to happen? They beat Wisconsin 38-28 in the Peach Bowl to get here. But let's get started here against 12-4 Georgia. They're probably, a 90? Yep, they are a 90 overall, and we are an 85. So we have the overall disadvantage for every single game so far in this one. Going to have to find a way to do something. Unfortunately. We're going to start on offense first. Sorry, we're starting on offense first, and we go nowhere. Georgia will take the lead 7-0, and we just really haven't done anything on offense. It's now 14-0. We finally do something with a big touchdown run, but Georgia will take the field goal before half to make it a 10-point lead. And now it's a 13-point lead. Now it's a 6 with a touchdown before the third ended. 3rd and 4, we needed that first down because we need to pretty much take advantage of every single time we have the football, and now we get a turnover. That's big because now we're driving, and we get a touchdown to take the lead, and we get a turnover to start the 4th, or to start their drive. It's a 4-point game with a minute to go. Defense just needs to hold on. 4th and 2. Did they hold on? They did hold on. We defeat Georgia in the national championship game. Unbelievable. 24-20 win over Georgia. I'm at a loss. A great game all the way around. But a win's a win. 15-1 season for Troy. And another team down. And, of course, we will check out the stats before we head on out here with Troy. Another team in the Sun Belt. Back-to-back teams in the Sun Belt getting picked. Cardin only had 3,000 yards with 33 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. Spain had 948 with 7. He also added 617 and 3 on the ground. Lasco 128 and 3, and Kendricks with 202 and 1. Receiving-wise, Jordan was 1 yard off of 1,000 yards with 12 touchdowns. Boyd 763 and 8. Beckham 619 with 11. Swartz 327 with 1. McNulty 118 and 1. Kendricks 7 for 54. Spain 8 for 41. Pemberton with 5 for 34, and Lasco 7 for 30. Defensive-wise, Hanks led the team with 75 tackles. Worthy and McLeod? I don't even know. Donovan. We're going with Donovan. Had 11 tackles for a loss. Landry had 8.5 sacks to lead the team. Jocelyn had 5 interceptions on the team. We did force a lot of fumbles, and we recovered a bunch of them, too. We recovered 12 fumbles. 14 fumbles. I can't do math. We had 1 blocked kick. We had 1 safety, but we did not have a defensive touchdown. Kicking-wise, though, Bohannon did miss a field goal from 50, from 40, and from 20. He did have 1 extra point blocked as well. Punting-wise, we had 3,000 yards, 12 inside the 20, 12 were touchbacks, and no kick or punt return touchdowns here for Troy. But that's going to do it for the episode. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, hit that like button down below. And if you guys want to see another episode of winning a national title with every team, and you want to have it be your team, write a comment down below. As long as it's a team that we haven't done before, obviously, Georgia, Alabama, we've already done those teams. But in the description below, again, will be a record of all the teams that we've done so far. So you don't have to say which ones are those. So, all in all, appreciate you guys for hanging out with me tonight. And I hope you guys have a great day, week, weekend, whenever you guys are watching this. And, yeah, I'll be back again tomorrow with the Z Overall franchise on it with the show. Anyways, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm out. Peace.